What's up, weirdos? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a movie that came out in March but just hit Netflix in September, and that's how I watched it, and that is Terrifier.
What if that guy did this to your car?
What guy? The clown? You really think someone slashed my tires?
Well, he knows this is your car. He saw us getting into it earlier.
Hey, handsome!
Cut it out.
My friend wants your number.
Kill you.
What is it, Tara?
Dawn and I are sort of stranded. She has a flat tire and no spare, and I was kind of hoping you could pick us up.
Terrifier is about a super evil clown named Art the Clown that terrorizes 3 girls and some other people on Halloween night. Now, you guys are definitely going to want to stick around to the end of this video because I have a very exciting announcement to tell you about Art the Clown, but I'm going to say it for the end. Very excited. Okay. Let's start with what I love about this movie, and the first thing is just Art the Clown. Like, what an incredible character that Damien Leone has made. He's played by David Howard Thornton, and I think he just does an amazing job. This is like a silent clown killer, and something about his movement is so horrifying, but also light. I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but there is like a lightness to his movement that makes the character likable even though he's doing these horrifying things. I also really love the risks this movie takes. This movie is bloody, and some of the scenes are pretty controversial, but I think it works in this movie. It totally works, and this is sort of like a throwback 80s sort of love letter to the 80s slasher flicks, it feels like. From like the opening titles, you can sort of feel that. I just think that this movie wanted as much blood as there is, and all the risky choices they make, I just think really work. Speaking of blood, all the deaths. All the deaths were so well done. I'll get to my favorites once I get to the spoiler section. But this movie is like honestly like a pretty low budget indie movie, and it looks fantastic. All the blood stuff looks so real. It is so gross to watch. It is so gross. If you're squeamish, like this is probably not the movie for you, honestly.
Total maniac.
Now for what I didn't like, and honestly it's not much. I just didn't really love the character of the crazy lady with the baby doll. I just didn't find her super necessary, I guess, but it was fine. It did allow us for this like nice moment between her and Art the Clown, but I didn't love her. Now for the ratings. So for the scare, I'm gonna give it a 3. I am not personally scared of clowns and have a pretty high gore tolerance, if you will. But I thought this movie was amazing. I was having a great time watching it. But in terms of like me actually being scared, like I never felt like I needed to cover my eyes or look away, or like I didn't ever was like jumping out of my seat, or do you know what I mean? But I did. It's definitely like a gory, intense movie, and that's one thing I'll say too, is that I think part of that also is from the music. The music doesn't lend itself to the way of like shocking your body into the scares as a lot of horror movies do. Like, yes, it's sort of traditional horror movie music, but it doesn't do a lot of the work that it usually does in other horror movies. Does this make sense? So obviously the gore is a 5. Just that scene alone, and if you've seen this movie, you know what scene I'm talking about, and just that scene alone gets this movie a 5. It is gory, bloody. If you don't like blood, this is not the one for you. This is not the one for you. But I will say, all the blood is so well done. So if you're okay with blood, you have to watch this because like, it's amazing. So the cheese gets a 3. And like I said, it does sort of have this like love letter quality to the 80s genre. And because of that, like there is some cheesiness needed. So some of the girls' lines are a little cheesy, but honestly, that's like part of the fun. That's sort of why we're there, you know what I mean? So a lot of people have been reviewing this movie and saying that they expect it to be a cult classic and expect many sequels, and I sort of feel that. Art the Clown is an unforgettable character. Like I keep thinking about his face because it's just so specific and it really sticks in your head. The character and his expression and everything about him. So I definitely feel that. This is a really great movie. I highly recommend it. A lot of more people are talking about it now that it's on Netflix, and you guys should definitely check it out. Now, let's get to some spoilers. Favorite death scene for me was the beheading, because that beheading looked so good. They showed us so much more than normal beheadings show, and I think that's because Damien Leone is like good at his job, and so he's like, we're allowed to see more of it because it's not gonna look bad. Do you know what I mean? Like that severed head looked amazing, and the sawing off looked amazing. I just, oh, great job. Also, shortly after that, I'm obsessed with the part where Art is like in the truck and like jamming to music. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so funny. Now, one of the most shocking scenes in this movie is the fact that Art has a gun. Like, that totally threw me off. And it's funny because like so many slasher movies, like the killers normally like to really kill with their hands close to the victim. Guns are very separated, you know, it's not really a serial killer kind of thing. And in this movie, Art like at a certain point pulls out a gun and shoots this girl, and part of me was like why would he do that? And then I was like, wait, he's already killing everyone anyway. It was such an interesting reaction I had. And then I was like, well, if they meant to really throw me off and shock me, they did. And it was funny that was the thing that really threw me off and shocked me, because there were some shocking scenes in this movie. My god. Also, special shout out to the guys that work in the pizza shop in the movie. I just love them. I don't know why. They just like, they didn't even feel like actors to me. I was like, you guys are so real. You're so real. They did a great job. I just love them. So I will actually tell you guys one scene that I was kind of like this during. I was like, oh. And funnily enough, it wasn't a bloody scene at all. It was during the pizzeria scene where the blonde girl is like taking selfies with Art the Clown, and she like grabs his face like kind of hard, and she's like making him pose in this selfie. And I was like, oh my god. And his eyes just were like so evil. I was like, oh my god, girl, let go, let go. So that was like one part for me that I was like, bleh. David Howard Thornton, solid death stare. So overall, I think it's pretty clear, but I like this movie. You should all check it out. If you do, or if you have, please let me know down below. Okay, now let's get to the announcement. And that is that I have the opportunity to interview Art the Clown, aka David Howard Thornton, for this YouTube channel, which is pretty crazy. And so that's gonna be coming to you guys on Sunday, and I am so excited for you guys to hear this. I am so excited for you to hear this interview, because he is amazing. He's amazing. I honestly wanted to post it like the day I had the interview, but I couldn't. I was like, no, like save it, do your schedule, do the review, then post the interview. It's so hard, guys. I've been wanting to share this with you so bad. So get ready on Sunday. It's finally coming, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So if you haven't yet, please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have an ice cream. Bye.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What, did you think he was gonna hack me up into little pieces or something?